I started waking up early when I was only 14 because I wanted to work out when I had the most energy. And it didn't just skyrocket my fitness, it also gave me an amazing physique. And it also taught me a valuable lesson about mental energy that also transfers to game development. I'm just going to say it straight away. If you work on game development in the evenings only, you will be less productive. And that's because of reasons you might not have heard of before. Now, let me explain. So, in a day, you only have a certain amount of mental energy, which resets after you sleep. So, when you are done with work, for example, you come home and you're kind of tired. That's because you spent your mental energy on all the other decisions that you had to make throughout that day, and you also used a lot of mental energy on actually doing the work when you were at work or in school. So you can think of mental energy like something you kind of spend throughout a day. So every time you make a decision or you do something, basically every time you think, you kind of spend this mental energy. But the thing is, when you sleep or you rest, you gain more mental energy. So you can kind of see my point here. So in the mornings, when you rested for like 8 or 9 hours, you have a lot of mental energy that you can spend throughout the day. But if the first thing you do in the mornings is to do your morning routine, eat food, and then you just go to work, then you can probably imagine that you don't have that much mental energy when you get home because you've already spent so much of it. And that's why you should start off your day with the most important task, which, if you're watching this video, I assume it's going to be game development. So, in other words, start your day off with game development. Just work straight away. Don't have any morning routine. Don't do anything before you actually start working. Like, obviously, you can go to like the toilet and bring water and coffee. Sure, I do that too. But that's the only thing I do. I don't brush my teeth. I don't take a shower. I don't do anything else. I get water, I get coffee, I go to the toilet, and I just start working immediately. And that's what most successful people will do. Not just in game development, but in like business in general. You can probably imagine like a person that wakes up at 5 a.m. Is it going to be like an out of shape, poor person, or is it going to be like a fairly successful person that's kind of happy and healthy and all these things? Well, the reason why we have this image about people that wake up early is not without reason. People that wake up early generally do better habits. And also, the mental energy thing, you might think, wow, that's awesome. Like, I'm going to have so much energy to do the things that I want to do. And yeah, that's true. But mental energy isn't actually the only benefit of waking up early. There are a ton of other benefits as well. Like, for example, when you wake up in the mornings, you naturally have an increase in cortisol, which in turn makes you more alert, makes you more mentally efficient, and it also improves your memory even. And this is like research. You can search it up if you want to. It's completely true and factual. And maybe my favorite benefit, aside from the mental energy thing about waking up early, is that you have minimal external distractions, if not none at all. And when I say external distractions, I just mean people interrupting you, like people sending you like a message, calling you, whatever it is, like other people basically, or whatever it might be. Because 90% of people aren't going to wake up at 5 or 6 or 7 a.m. even. Most people don't have free time or like the ability to distract you before maybe like the evenings when most people have their free time. And waking up early is also awesome because you just feel better the entire day because you already finished your most hard and important task of the day. So you get this feeling of proudness and accomplishment, which just makes you relax more and happier throughout the entire day. And now you might have some limiting beliefs like, I can't do this, 5 a.m., that's extremely early. Like, you can change your routine around this. But imagine you got $1 million if you woke up at 5 a.m. for a year. You'd find the time for it, right? You definitely will. It's just because you don't want to, so your brain comes up with excuses. And like, sure, your schedule might not fit it like immediately, but obviously you have to change your schedule because that's our point here. So don't say like, it doesn't fit my schedule because I have to do this thing late in the evening. Just change it up. Stop using excuses. And just a reminder from the intro, I was 14 when I started waking up at 5 a.m. like 14, like a teenager. And not just that, for an entire year after I ate breakfast and had like a cup of coffee, I got to the gym, which was 20 minutes away, walk. And I didn't just do this once or twice a week, I did this 5 times a week. Every single day I go to school, I would work out before. And like the teachers and like my friends and stuff, they were like talking about it, like thinking it was so amazing. But for me, it wasn't even hard. Like seriously, it was not even hard. I remember this period where it would snow extremely much. There was like half a meter snow on the ground, and it wasn't even cleared because it was literally snowing like by when I walked, and it was pitch dark. It was 6 a.m. and in Norway the sun doesn't even go up until like 12 p.m. on in the winter. Even that wasn't hard for me. I didn't even for a second look at the weather and think, well, I'm just going to be home today, because I loved what I was doing and it was a habit for me. Like for me, if you ask me, I would be like, yeah, obviously I'm going to go out today. Like that's what I do every day. That's what I would think if you ask me. Now you can imagine if I worked out in the evenings like the other people my age would do, I wouldn't have this extraordinary physique for my age. Because when you work out in the evenings, you have so much less energy, especially after a long day of school or work. And if fitness is your secondary priority, then sure, go ahead and do it in the evenings. But if something is your priority, then do it early and do it before your other tasks throughout the day, such as work or school. So this fitness story of mine translates very well to game development. Also, if you want to learn stuff just like this in more detail and have direct contact with me, you can click the first link in the description. Now, I'm just going to say, if a 14-year-old can do this, walk in the pitch dark before school at 6 a.m. with half a meter of snow on the ground, which isn't cleared, then you have no excuse. Basically, I was 14, a teenager. I did this, you can do it too. You can do this in a version where you sit in a comfortable chair and you work on your game, which is 10 times easier. Like, I'm sure you can do this. But if you want to make it easier and get more advice on how you can actually do it and stick to it, then you can watch the linked video on the screen right now. So thank you for watching this video. And as I said, I recommend clicking this video. Goodbye.